I think children's book festivals are very important. I love going to them because it gives me a chance to see how my books go down. I see how the children respond. During questions time, I find out which are their favourites, why they like them. It's particularly great when a school comes along because sometimes there are children that just say, reading's boring. And I feel it's my mission to show just a few of them that actually reading can be fun. Children often ask me how they can become authors too. And I generally suggest two things. One, read lots and lots, not to copy other people's ideas, but just the more you read, the more you find out how other people write. It increases your vocabulary. I don't think I've ever met another writer that didn't say they were an avid reader too. And I would also suggest keeping a diary because at the very least it gets you into a regular writing habit. And that's basically what it's all about. You need a little bit of talent, a little bit of luck, but an awful lot of it is just sheer hard slog day after day after day. But if anybody out there is desperate to be a writer, the very best of luck.
I'm really happy to have been able to bring this new event to the Hertford Children's Book Festival. It combines story and music and art. I've been very lucky to have the wonderful Russian pianist Alexander Artikov playing the piano. He played a piece called Pictures at an Exhibition by Mussorgsky, and I turned the pictures back into art. It's quite a challenge to match his playing with my painting. It's a real roller coaster event, as you can see from my hands, but it's been wonderful, magical. I think events like this are so important because it brings the community together. It gives children the opportunity to meet authors, illustrators, creative people, which I think is very inspirational for anybody who thinks that might be a way forward for them in life. But I think also in this digital age it's wonderful to get children to meet real people and discover the craft behind creating things. There's real magic there, there's alchemy in the pages of a book, and it's fascinating for me to meet other authors and illustrators, and I think it's great for children to have that opportunity. They're very, very lucky to have something here that's so good and so local.
My all-time favourite book is probably The Song of the Lioness Quartet, which is by Tamora Pierce, and it's a series of 4 books, and they are just brilliant. I read them when I was younger, and before I hadn't really been as much into books, and then I read them and I was like, oh my gosh, I completely love this, and then I've been reading loads and loads and loads ever since, and that was what really introduced me into reading as much as I do now. So I read them when I was 11, something like that.
My favourite all-time book is most likely Harry Potter. My favourite one of the Harry Potter is probably The Goblet of Fire or the first one.
I like The Goblet of Fire too, it's a good one. If they were to make the Song of the Lioness books into a film, I would completely love to act in them because they just have the most fantastic main girl character, and she's so cool, you know, I just want to be her. So I would really love if I could do something there.
I would really like to be in a book called The Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe.